In this video we will compare two Trek Madone SLR7 bikes. One is the original and the other one is fake. Can I feel the difference? Let's find out. Before we jump into testing the bikes, I want to go quickly over the key differences between the original and fake Trek. Because I was searching for a genuine bike on second-hand marketplaces for making this video, I came across yet another sketchy post. Someone trying to pass off a fake Trek frameset as the real deal. This is exactly why it's so important to know what to look for. Scammers are out there and the more people who are aware, the better. So stick around, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's make sure that no one gets fooled in the future. Right now I'm gonna do a rundown of some differences. On the real Trek the seat post area is smaller. The original has a slimmer design that showcases craftsmanship, while the fake is bulkier and has a less clean finish. Additionally, the original seat post clamp always includes the torque specifications, whereas the fake one has nothing. On the original, this has a sharper corner than on the fake. Here you can see that the finish on the fake frame is not as refined and the shape is more rounded. When we turn the bikes upside down, the original frame has text while the fake one does not. Looking at the serial number and bottom bracket cover, you can also notice differences in shapes and quality. If you want to know all the differences, I would recommend watching my first fake Trek Madone video. You can find it in the card above. And now, let's talk about the weight differences. The original tipped the scale at a sleek 8 kg, while the fake weighted in at 8.7 kg. A noticeable difference for serious riders. Okay. Now it was finally time to ride a real Trek Madone. I could finally experience firsthand just how big or small the difference really was. We kicked off with a relaxed, easy-paced ride, allowing ourselves to settle in and get a feel for each bike. The goal was to see if any differences would become apparent right away, whether in handling, comfort or overall ride experience. So the big difference you notice straight from the start is the stiffness. The real frame feels more reliable. I have the feeling you can take over the world. By on the fake one I'm very cautious, and also it feels less strong in some kind of way. What I'm trying to say in my perfect English is that the frame felt much more reliable compared to the fake bike. The most noticeable difference was in the handlebars, where the contrast between the original and the counterfeit was especially clear. Even when you just rub over both handlebars, you could feel the original was way more refined compared to the fake. However, one thing that stood out was the shifting with the fake Trek. It was very smooth and effortless, which Constant found surprisingly pleasant.
Ik vind dat hij echt wel soepel schakelt. Ik had dat niet verwacht eigenlijk.
I was also very surprised to find that while using the Ultegra group set, the shifting experience felt very similar. This makes the Wheeltop electronic group set a great alternative. If you're interested, you can find the link in the description below. In this second test, we will push harder on the pedals and do some sprints to see if the difference becomes more apparent. In this case, the difference became even more evident as soon as you start applying force to the pedals. The original frame responds instantly, while the fake one is just a fraction slower. When it comes to the handlebars, the real one feels incredibly solid and stiff, while the fake one feels much more flexible and less dependable. During testing, we noticed that the handlebar was slightly misaligned. After correcting it, we observed that the handlebar felt somewhat loose. At the time, we did not have the tools with us to resolve the problem, so we kept testing on a more cautious level. Another noticeable aspect of the handlebar was its flexibility, and that it felt significantly less sturdy compared to the original handlebar. We continued riding to identify any other differences, but no major discrepancies were found. Well, I just came home and I think I know what the problem is. I believe the compression plug came loose. Let's find out if that's actually the case. However, after full taking it apart, I couldn't find any noticeable issues. So I cleaned everything up and reassembled it, and that seemed to fix the problem. Okay. Well, I reinstalled the handlebars and as you can see, it's tight and secured now. Maybe the handlebars came loose during transport, I don't know, but I still feel it's very flexible. Let's test out if the handlebars feel stiffer. So I conducted another test to confirm my observation and I can only say that the feeling stayed the same. If you never used the real one before, you might not notice the difference in stiffness, but once you have, it's impossible to ignore. With the fake one, you just can't push to your full power because there's always the doubt in the back of your mind, is this really safe? I've ridden both bikes and the difference is just quality. The first thing I noticed was the difference in stiffness. With this one you can take over the world and with this one I'm not so sure about it. And for the people who commented that the frames were made in the same factory as the original, I can say with 100% certainty that at least in my case, this fake bike did not come from the original factory. Recently, GCN made a video about counterfeit goods and the test they did with the real and fake Pinarello demonstrates the quality gap. Just because a bike looks the same doesn't mean the quality is automatically matched. I will not say that the frame will break from the first time you ride on it, but there is just a big noticeable quality difference. And especially when putting power on the pedals, then you can really feel it's less stiff. That's why I recommend choosing a budget Chinese frame. It's not only cheaper than a fake Trek, but also a much smarter choice. Brands like OG Afkin, Elves, Winspace and Seraph offers excellent quality at highly competitive prices. A simple way to see the difference is by comparing the handlebars. The fake Trek handlebar has a lot of flex, while the Seraph handlebars feel much stronger. After riding a real Trek, I appreciate the Seraph even more. It offers an incredible value for the price. I also need to thank Constant for helping me making this video, because without his bike and help this video would not be possible. I also created a Discord server where you can share your stories and experiences with Chinese bike components and pre-built bikes. You can find the link in the description below. In my next video I'll put the fake Trek to the test with my own quality check by riding over the cobblestones of Paris-Roubaix. Will this be my worst idea ever, and most importantly, will I survive? Don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on notifications to find out. Thanks for watching everybody, live a long and happy life and I will see you in the future. Bye!